This little pond in the woods, not far from a creek. Tried to dig a little hole. That's what I found. So I came over here off to the side. I dug a hole. Look at that orange sand. Like Garfield the cat orange. So I panned a pan out. And there it is. I don't know if you can see it. Try to get some focus. There is 7 little speckles of fly poop gold in there from one pan. I just thought I'd see what it was about. I gotta figure out how to do anything with it. I'm gonna go over to the creek. Hopefully this carries on where I can run a sluice. Get to the creek. Unfortunately, it's just a little too deep for my boots. My waders have a pinhole in them, and that was okay when it was a little warmer out, but I'm not trying to get wet today. I got a new pair of hip boots. They're going to get delivered this afternoon. But I did reach in right there and dug a couple shovels out, threw it in the pan, and the specks of gold are getting bigger. Let me see, where do I have to have the light for you to see? Right there, I think, is trying to work. I still have that gold from across the way in here, but none of that stuff from over there was big like that. So I think there's a few spots a guy could get a sluice in here, and there's clearly some gold. I just got to be able to get in the water and get after it. I'm looking for cobbles though. I don't want to just dig in this sand, although it is easy digging. I want to keep continuing on today till I find somewhere with cobbles. I came here trying to get into that creek over there. We're about 2 miles from the last spot, but that creek is way too deep, just way too deep. And so I dug a little hole right here in this kind of overflow area. And yeah, 1 fleck of gold. And 3 shovels full. So I'm gonna move on. No cobbles, too deep to play in the creek, so I'll just maybe look back into this next summer. Been down the road, and I've gone over a couple, 4 or 5 different creeks, and they're all just too deep. And I found this little guy that leads into a creek in there, and I hit a couple spots on this up through. The only cobble is right here, and that's man-made. And then where this meets the other creek, it's probably 5 feet deep. So I did 2 pans, didn't even find a speck. I'm moving on. Well, I thought I would have some better luck in here. The short boots are failing me again. I can't even stand right there to dig over in that, because I sink so fast. But I did manage to get a pan out of over there, and I took a pan out from right there, and then I took a pan out from right there, and I found not even 1 speck of gold. So no cobble. Back to the truck, on to the next creek. Right, I've been looking for cobbles, and boy oh boy did I find cobbles. And not just any cobbles either. Like almost 100% straight quartz. I'd probably done another video earlier, but right away when I got here, I dropped my phone in the water, and I was able to save it. I threw it on the dash of my truck on the defrost. I think I cooked all the water out, although I did completely destroy my screen protector. It's plastic, and I scratched the daylights out of it. Now here's the thing. I found a spot here where I can dig, but I can't get into anything but a little itty bitty bit of sand and clay and black sand. It's just all solid rock. And my lack of adequate footwear will not allow me to get over to test any of those oh so delicious looking spots over there. I do know that my new boots have been delivered, so I might be running home soon to get them, and I might end up back out here later. I did run 2 buckets. I panned out twice. It wasn't a whole lot of concentrates out of shaking them buckets out. And I found one speck of gold the first time, and what looks to be a couple of specks or 2 or 3 specks of silver the second time. I don't know for sure that they're silver. They're bright and shiny, they're heavy, they stick to the bottom of the pan, but they are not gold in color. They act like gold, they move like gold, they disappear like gold, but they are not gold in color. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably save them and look at them under the microscope later on. But I definitely will be coming back here. Everywhere you look, all the rocks are big, huge quartz rocks, and some of them absolutely look like they have to have some stuff in them. I mean, I don't know. Sure, look at that. There's just screaming gold right there. Looks like a nugget right in the rock. But if that was, I would have found more in my pan. So, like I said, not totally writing this spot off. It was very fun, but I need a lot more boots before I can get over there and play in that side. And this is pretty easy to access all over the place, so I'm sure I'll be able to find more spots to get in here and look. This is a hairpin corner though, so there should be gold on one side or the other. This is that same creek a few miles downstream, and the rocks are still rocks, but they're not that pile of quartz I was on. I don't know all the different rocks, and I won't try to say what they are because I don't have a clue. I'm going to assume this is bedrock since it's really big and it's on the bottom. There's quite a bit of it. Right there, right there, right there, downstream. So, and there's the 2 creeks come together right there. Now what was weird is I went to that other creek over there right after I was in this one, and there wasn't a rock in it. We were talking a quarter mile away from where I was with all the quartz. I'm gonna have to do a little research to find out where all that quartz came from. Again, lack of adequate footwear and the fact that it's November is keeping me from getting any further than this. I see a little layer. I won't call it black sand because I didn't find any, but there's some black sand there, and I did a pan of it, and it was just blonde sand that's dirty. So I mean, I can say I tried. I didn't try very hard. But I was trying to see if there was anywhere I could play in here, and maybe over there, if I walk over to the other side and come down, I might try it. We'll see. So yeah, I tried to come across to the other side, and I found this awesome crack in the bedrock. It's like a V. It's full of some really nice, dirty, clay-looking sand. And I panned it down to that, and there ain't nothing in it. Nothing, not even a speck. I'm gonna keep looking though. So I found this pile of bigger rocks kind of pushed up into this. You can see how high the water gets. All this stuff's pushed up into the woods, and all the rocks got deposited there. So I dug a little hole underneath, and I found what kind of looked a little bit like clay. And I panned it all down. I found one little tiny fleck of gold. But I did find this cool quartz rock. That's a neat one. But yeah, it doesn't have gold falling out of it, so goodbye. So I looked through all of those videos and decided I was going to stitch them all together and upload them, but I didn't really have an ending. So we're going to the Nugget tomorrow, me and the wife and a friend of mine, and I decided to take this piece of hardware cloth and bend it up and try to make a bucket classifier out of it. I tried it a little bit here in the shop and it works. I think it'll be just fine. Somewhere around here I have a piece of punch plate with holes in it and I can't find it anywhere. I'm sure it'll turn up one of these days. But in the meantime, I thought, what the hey. I just used some hardware cloth and wire and just kind of sewed it together, put a little wire in for reinforcement, and you know, you'll shovel some stuff in there and swoosh it around in the bucket and dump it out. And if it breaks, well, whatever. I just had some time into it and the rest of this stuff was laying around. But we're hoping to do all right. We'll make some videos tomorrow at the Nugget, but all those other videos, those are places really close to home. Definitely found some spots I'm going to check out again. I'm really looking forward to playing around on that creek with all the quartz in it. And maybe taking the kayak out one weekend and making a whole thing of it. Follow it right down to the river and check it out the whole way down. See what we can find. Jackson County gold, that's what that is. But I'll let you know tomorrow how this bucket classifier works, and you guys have a great time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm so glad I could see you, or you could see me.